Hi there. Okay, now it's time for our Module 8 Reading Assessment Review. So yesterday you took the test, and right here I have the test, and we are going to go through each story, read it, and then go over the questions and talk about the correct answer. The Dog and His Shadow. It happened that a dog had a bone and was carrying it home in his mouth to eat in peace. Now on his way home, he had to cross a plank lying across a running brook. As he crossed, he looked down and saw his own shadow reflected in the water beneath. Thinking it was another dog with a bone, he made up his mind to have that also. So he made a snap at the shadow in the water, but as he opened his mouth, the piece of meat fell out, dropped into the water, and was never seen again. Moral of the story: being greedy can cause you to lose everything. Read that one more time. Moral: being greedy can cause you to lose everything. Greedy is whenever you have something and you want more. You keep wanting more and more and more. He already had the bone, right? He already had a dog bone, but he wanted another one. So he's being greedy. Okay, here are the questions. The Dog and His Shadow questions. Number 1. What lesson did the main character learn in the fable? This is theme. Is it A, to never share, B, being greedy can cause you to lose everything, or C, bones can be a healthy snack? So one more time. What lesson did the main character learn in the fable? This is theme. That's why it says right here, theme. A, to never share, B, being greedy can cause you to lose everything, or C, bones can be a healthy snack. I'm going to give you a moment to think about this. All right, if you chose B, being greedy can cause you to lose everything, you're correct. So remember, theme, it also means the moral or lesson of the story. So this is a fable, so there's definitely a lesson to be learned. Lesson, another name for lesson is moral. Remember, I just read it. Moral, which also means lesson. Being greedy can cause you to lose everything. That's right here. That's a choice. That's actually a choice that you can pick. Okay? And then let's talk about A and B. To never share. Was that what the story was about? To never share? No, we didn't even talk about anything about that. Bones can be a healthy snack. Was that what the story? Was that the lesson that the author wanted you to learn? That bones are healthy snacks? No, the lesson or moral is being greedy can cause you to lose everything. It's even said right here. All right. Question 2. Uh-oh. Move out of the way. Question 2. Based on what you read in the story, what was the dog's behavior like? A, the dog was greedy and wanted more. B, the dog was cute and happy. Or C, the dog was grouchy. Number 2, Number 2, based on what you read in the story, what was the dog's behavior like? So how did the dog act? A, the dog was greedy and wanted more. B, the dog was cute and happy. Or C, the dog was grouchy. Give you some time to answer. All right, if you chose A, the dog was greedy and wanted more, you're correct. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Let's talk about the other choices. The dog was cute and happy. I mean, the dog was cute. The dog wasn't really happy. The dog wanted more. He already had a bone, but he thought he saw another dog with a bone and he wanted that one. Remember, that's greedy. When you have something but you want more and more, that's being greedy. And it really didn't say anything about him being happy, so that's not a really good choice. The dog was grouchy. Was the dog acting grouchy? No, not really, just wanted more, just being greedy. Okay, question 3. Which clue from the story helps you determine the setting of the story? So we're focusing on setting. This is what number 3 was, setting. Was it A, winter, B, peace, or C, river? Question 3. Which clue from the story helps you determine the setting of the story? So we're trying to figure out setting. A, winter, B, peace, or C, river? All right, a few more time to figure out the answer. Just pause the video, but what do you have? C, river is the correct answer. Winter, okay, winter. Do we talk about winter in this story? No, that's not a good choice because we don't even talk about winter in this story. Peace. No, the story's not about peace. River. Yes, because look right here. The dog thinks he sees another dog, but he really just sees his shadow in the water, in the river. Okay, so C. Number 4. What is the problem of the story? A, the dog lost his bone in the water. B, the dog did not have a friend to play with. Or C, the dog was lost. Number 4, what is the problem of the story? A, the dog lost his bone in the water. B, the dog did not have a friend to play with. Or C, the dog was lost. All right, if you need more time for this question, just pause the video. But what do you have? A. A is the correct answer. That is a problem. The dog was being greedy, wanted another bone. So that is a problem. The dog lost his bone in the water because he was being too greedy. Let's see. B. The dog did not have a friend to play with. Was that even mentioned in the story about the dog being lonely and wanting friends? No, that's not a good choice. C. The dog was lost. Did it ever mention in that story that he was lost? No. But did the dog lose his bone in the water? And can that be a problem? So A. All right, number 5. Which of these events happened at the end of the story? A. The dog was running home with his bone. B. The bone fell out of his mouth into the water. C. He saw his reflection in the water. Number 5. Which of these events happened at the end of the story? Not the beginning, middle, but the end. A. The dog was running home with his bone. B. The bone fell out of his mouth into the water. Or C. He saw his reflection in the water. All right, if you need more time, pause the video, but what do you have? B. The bone fell out of his mouth into the water. That's what happened at the end of the story. Remember, the dog started barking at what he thought was another dog. And when he did that, the bone fell out of his mouth and into the water. That's what happened at the end of the story. Number 6. What was the moral of the story? Remember, morals, lesson. What you, the reader, could take away. A. Dogs like to bark. B. Being greedy can cause you to lose everything. Or C. Bones are a good snack. Number 6. What was the moral of the story? What was the lesson that you learned? A. Dogs like to bark. B. Being greedy can cause you to lose everything. C. Bones are a good snack. All right, if you need more time, just pause the video, but what do you have? B, right? Remember earlier we were just talking about theme, which also means moral or lesson of the story. And right here on the last page of the story, moral, being greedy can cause you to lose everything. So that's what the author wants us to learn. Being greedy can cause you to lose everything. When you want more and more and more, you can end up losing everything. So B is the correct answer for number 6. Number 7. How do you know this story is written in third-person point of view? A, the word water. B, the word bone. C, the word he. Number 7. How do you know this story is written in third-person point of view? Is it A, the word water. B, the word bone. Or C, the word he? All right, if you need more time, pause the video, but what do you have? C, the word he is the correct answer. Okay, so how do you know this story is written in third-person point of view? Remember, in our review, we talked about some clues, some words that are clues to help us with the point of view. Who is telling the story, right? Who is telling the story? Some clues for third-person point of view. Remember, third-person point of view, out of the story. They're out. Whoever's telling the story is out. You can think of words like he, she, or they. Right here, he. This is an example of third person point of view. Bone and water are not examples of point of view, okay? So he. All right, Neil Armstrong. Let's go ahead and read this biography together. Neil Armstrong. This is a biography. Neil was born on August 5th, 1930 near Wapanetta, Ohio. He had a younger sister and brother. Neil's dad worked as an auditor and their family moved a lot. When Neil was a boy, he enjoyed reading books and flying, and he would build model airplanes. Neil was very smart and dedicated. He decided to work to earn money and take flying lessons. In high school, he took flying lessons and earned a student flight certificate on his 16th birthday. After high school, Neil began studying aeronautical engineering at Purdue University. He was the second person in his family to attend college. He then enlisted in the U.S. Navy and became a pilot. He flew a plane during the Korean War and flew more than 60 combat missions, therefore earning several medals and awards. In 1962, he applied to be an astronaut and would test aircrafts for NASA. NASA sent missions to space. The missions were called the Gemini and Apollo missions. Neil went on a mission called Apollo 11. His spacecraft landed on the moon, and a few hours later, Neil stepped outside. TV networks around the world broadcasted his first steps as he walked on the moon's surface. He did experiments on the moon, and his work made history. Neil Armstrong questions. Number 8. What is the central idea of the story? A. Neil's dad. B. Neil Armstrong's life. Or C. NASA. Number 8. What is the central idea of the story? A. Neil's dad. B. Neil Armstrong's life. Or C. NASA. So central idea, remember, is what the story is about. What the story is mostly about. And remember, this is a biography. Biography is over someone's life and the important things they did. All right, if you need more time, just pause the video, but what do you have? It should be B, Neil Armstrong's life. This story, the central idea of the story was about Neil Armstrong. It wasn't about his dad, and it wasn't about NASA. The central idea what the story was mostly about was Neil Armstrong's life. Number 9, how do you know the story is written in third person point of view? So we had a question very similar to this earlier. A, the word history. B, the word school. Or C, the word his. Number 9, how do you know this story is written in third person point of view? A, the word history. B, the word school. Or C, the word his. I'll give you some time to answer. All right, what do you have? You should have C, the word his. We know it's his because, remember, third person point of view is whoever's telling the story is outside of the book, right? So the question we ask ourselves, who is telling the story? Clues are the words like he, she, his, her, they, okay? So history is not a good example point of view, and neither is school. So that leaves us with the word his. Okay, let's go ahead and go to question 10. Based on what you read in the story, what was Neil Armstrong's behavior like? A, greedy. B, lazy. Or C, smart and dedicated. Number 10, based on what you read in the story, what was Neil Armstrong's behavior like? How did he act? Was he A, greedy, B, lazy, or C, smart and dedicated? All right, if you need more time, just pause the video, but what do you have? C, smart and dedicated. It even says it in the story. Let's see. Neil was very smart and dedicated. He wasn't greedy. He didn't want more and more. And he wasn't lazy. He was a hard worker. He was smart and dedicated. So number 10 is C. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little review. And if you need to listen to any stories again, go ahead and go back. Or if you need more time with a question, just go back and listen.